Hi, I'm Ashura, and welcome to the first part in my playthrough of the Eredath story. As per usual, this is a story-focused playthrough, so I'm going to be going through all of the quests and narrating them, and occasionally talking about some background lore and context as we go. Most of the lore in Eredath revolves around old Draenei lore, and a bit about Alleria. The first part specifically really covers draenei history. The second part is more about Alleria and how exactly she got to where she is today in the War Within. So if you're curious about a little bit of Alleria's background and her connection to the Void, we will learn about that, but not in this part. It'll be in the second part. So let's get to it. I'm going to start you off with a small lore primer on Argus. So Argus is the homeworld of the draenei, who were at that time known as the Eredar, not to be confused with the Minari Eredar, who are the red bad ones. Eredar is just simply the original term for their people. So 25,000 years ago, Sargeras, the leader of the Burning Legion, comes to Argus, sees how advanced their civilization is, and extends an offer to the leaders of the Eredar peoples, who were at that time a Triumvirate made of Velen, Kil'jaeden, and Archimonde. Now there's a lot of stuff that happens here, but TLDR, Velen gets bad vibes and says no, he turns down the offer, and Archimonde and Kil'jaeden very eagerly accept this offer. This results in Velen leaving with a small group of Eredar, thanks to the help of the Naru. They're able to board a Naru ship, which as it leaves Argus actually splits into the Genedar, which is what later crashes on Draenor, and the Zenedar, which is what carries the Army of the Light and those who would become Lightforged draenei. Eredath, which is what is below us, was the capital of the Eredar civilization, and Argus, and this, which you will learn very shortly in quests, is actually about the point where they left Argus, physically. So let's get to the actual quests. We knew the Legion to be a formidable foe, but recent events demonstrate that we do not possess the necessary strength to continue. We have come too far to fail at this critical moment. I know of a relic on Eredath, my ancient home, that may be our salvation. We must take the Vindicar beyond the surface of Argus, to the floating ruin suspended above us. Perhaps there we will find the salvation we so desperately need.
Something is amiss on this world.
It has been eons since I've laid eyes on this place. So many memories.
The light will guide your way.
Velen's gaze is drawn to the ruins spread out before him. I am home.
You are the instrument of change.
What happened here, Prophet?
The light. Eredath was once the pinnacle of Eredar civilization. A beacon of progress that drew the malevolence of the universe to our very gates. The last time I laid eyes upon this place, I could think of nothing but escape. Talgath, my most trusted advisor, had betrayed me. I told him of my plan to leave Argus. I asked him to bring my family and join me. Instead, he went to kill Jaden. The rest, you know. Without faith, the battle is lost.
The shattered ruin below us is all that remains of Eredath. We called it the Jewel of Argus. It was here that my fellows in the Triumvirate guided our people to prosperity. That was a long time ago. 25,000 years to be precise. Velen lapses into a moment of silence. Join me on the surface. We will begin our search for the crown of the Triumvirate.
Be just. Come. I need to see it for myself.
I lend you my strength.
Eredath. It looks just like how I remember it. The forests, the hills, the herds of Talbuk. I wonder if my old workshop is still down there. Do you think if you had a moment you could... Forgive me. You have much more important things to do. Let me know when you're ready to go to the surface.
May the Legion fall before...
We welcome your help.
Velen stares straight ahead. He doesn't seem to notice you've arrived.
You are the instrument of change.
Flashback scene.
Talga is turned against us. No. It cannot end like this. Take the others and go, Prophet. We will buy you time.
Hatun! You do not have to do this!
Please, keep my family safe.
Hooray! Help us!
I will hunt you across the stars, traitor! Even if it takes 1,000 years!
Wait. Something stirs. Spirits of all those who died that day. I can still hear the Naru song of war. There was one who held the way open for us. She fell behind. I can feel her presence even now. But her song is bitter, distorted. Laura. Not all who wander are lost.
It is as if the battle never ceased. How long have they suffered like this?
Many depend on you. Be just.
This is the battle that raged while I awaited the Jindar. So many ran to join me, but Kil'jaeden inspired still more to stand in their way. My people were slaughtered without mercy.
You will never escape.
To cover our retreat, I ordered for this arena's defenses to be activated. It is clear that they were unable to turn the tide in this battle, to give these spirits rest. We must do what they could not. Find a way to activate the pylons.
You are the instrument of change.
The Argonite matrix that powered this part of Eredath was shattered by a hulking beast. They had never seen another like him. He was called Khazad-dûm, and he was a most faithful servant of the Legion. He volunteered to undergo an experimental transformation to become the first of his kind. His arrival was the end of this battle. As a prize, he took the Argonite keystone from the shattered matrix. Take it back, and we can finally end this bloodshed. Khazad-dûm was the first to undergo a horrific transformation, granting him strength unlike any known to the Eredar at the time.
So many were left behind. They linger, forced to relive their final moments over and over again. Perhaps the only way to end their torment is to finish what I started so very long ago. We must let these spirits finally realize their escape.
A fragment of an Argonite crystal inscribed with hundreds of tiny runes.
Something is amiss on this world.
The tide is turning. We must press forward.
The light will guide your way.
Please, they should not be made to suffer any longer.
You are the instrument of change.
I cannot right every wrong that happened here. this is a comfort nonetheless. Thank you.
This is the turning point. If we can activate the arena's defenses, this battle will be finished.
We have everything we need. In the alcove below, you will find the shattered remains of the Argonite matrix. Replacing the keystone will restore it to full capacity. The pylons you activated will then be able to repel those who still hunt my people. At long last, this battle will be over. I hope it brings them peace.
The light will guide your way. My people will never know how I mourned for them. The depths of my regret as Argus grew smaller and smaller in the distance. I begged the Naru to go back. That is not your path, they told me. Is this what they intended? Not all who wander are lost.
Eredath remembers the horrors it has endured. We must tread carefully.
Be just.
Velen peers at you, troubled.
The light will guide your way.
Velen stares beyond the arena for a time. We must continue on, but I feel Eredath is far from finished with us. We should take advantage of this relative safety while we still can. I will place a signal beacon that will allow the Vindicar to lock onto our location. Romuald will send us our means of returning to the Vindicar if there is a need.
Many depend on you.
We will win. Arcanon Poros, Prophet. The army of the light stands with you.
Your help is most welcome, Faria. We welcome your help.
The way forward is clear, and we have the army of the light at our side.
You are the instrument of change.
Now we may begin our search for the crown of the Triumvirate. We will start with the fragment Archimonde carried, the Sigil of Awakening. To the east and north you will find all that remains of the greatest school of magic on Argus. It was there that Archimonde gained his mastery of the arcane. I can think of no other place he would stow his treasures. It will be guarded, no doubt. We will leverage the expertise of Freya's forces here to follow this trail.
Be just. We seek the Sigil of Awakening. Archimonde may have left it in the conservatory.
Understood. I have just the person for the job. Ymera.
Right away, Captain.
Inara, see that these spirits remain under control. The rest of you, secure the area.
I will return to the Vindicar. There I will determine the location of the Crest of Knowledge. Be safe, my friend.
We will redeem our home.
I can feel the power in the air. It lingers, even after all this time.
Keep an eye out for anything useful.
This place has its share of secrets. Thankfully, I know enough of them to get us started.
This construct should hold information to help us locate the Sigil of Awakening. We need to wake it up. The Legion will stop at nothing. Be careful.
We should seek out an alternate source of energy, just in case I'm wrong about the conduits. Luckily enough, I think I know where we can find one. The Pandara native to Argus are solitary creatures, but it seems whatever magic the Awakeners possessed has drawn them here in great numbers. This is no time to be gentle with the environment. Pandara devour energy to survive. Slay them and see if you cannot reclaim some of the power they've consumed.
Dionys Akar.
I have an idea. This construct will be of use to us. We simply need to jolt it awake. We once stored great quantities of energy in conduits throughout the conservatory. They are still functional, but only just. Take this. Ymera hands you a brightly glowing crystal. It will provide a small burst of magic that should help stabilize an erratic conduit. I think I have enough stores for 8 or so. Stabilizing a few should allow us to access the whole network.
The Legion will stop at nothing. Be careful. I had hoped that would work. The lights are on, but no one is home. Keep an eye out for anything useful.
There is always room for a backup plan. Did you find what we seek?
The Legion will stop at nothing.
I had not imagined the final product to be so sticky. Ymera wipes her hands on her robes. It will do.
Keep an eye out for anything useful.
Yes, excellent. The conduits are back online. The construct, however, is proving a little more difficult to awaken than I had hoped.
Dionys Akar.
It was a good thing we saw two sources of energy. Even with the conduits active, the construct has not stirred. It has likely been inactive a long while. Perhaps as long as Eredath has floated above Argus. What a long, lonely vigil it must have been. Ymera is silent for a moment as she peers at the construct. Go ahead and jostle it a little. That combined with one last burst of magic ought to do the trick.
I am going to need your help. Jostle it a bit, won't you?
I am restored.
Oh no, I know that voice.
Exile Ymera, why have you returned?
We need to...
Conservatory resources are not available to one of your... status.
Of all people to become gatekeeper. Perhaps you had better do the talking.
I am obligated to serve. The sigil is the Conservatory's highest honor. Only Archimonde's chosen may pursue this accolade. I am obligated to inform you that the Master created trials specifically for this purpose. I'm also required to allow the uninitiated to participate. I am required to provide a greeting.
If it interests you to know, I was once the keeper of the Conservatory's keys, custodian to all of its locks and gates. To halt the ravages of time, I placed my soul inside this construct, and so it is that I watch over the Conservatory for all eternity. It will forever be my burden to deal with the likes of you.
Protocol dictates that I bid you farewell.
Prepare yourself, stranger.
Let us begin. Rules are rules.
Archimonde expected greatness from his pupils. Only the most imaginative minds, the most adroit of intellects, could ever truly fathom the deepest reaches of our magic. I doubt you can relate. The path to the left will take you to a set of 3 statues. Use them to collect a mark of cunning. To preserve the integrity of this trial, I will not be able to provide hints. If you do, by some miracle, happen to succeed, I will formally recognize your brilliance.
That gave me no pleasure either.
Archimonde was an individual consumed by the pursuit of power. Only those who could match his lust would fare well under his tutelage. You will fight what remains of Archimonde's greatest pupils. These 3 once held such power in their own disciplines that the Conservatory remembers them now. Their echoes will try to kill you. Best all 3 with your limbs intact, and I will recognize your strength.
Protocol dictates that I bid you farewell.
My master Archimonde was not known for his willingness to suffer indecision. He preferred to teach by rewarding frustration with more frustration, punishment with more punishment. Absolute conviction was required to succeed under him. At the opposite end of the Conservatory, you will find a large structure. Once inside, your goal is to overcome all the obstacles placed before you. Emerge unscathed, and I will be forced to consider your will strong enough to proceed.
Rules are rules.
Great. We will be on our way then.
You, Ymera, will have no part in this. But I will not deny you the opportunity to watch your friend fail.
So generous of you. I may not be able to assist you directly, but I have information that could be of interest.
I know who you will be fighting. Our command gave them each a title to acknowledge their substantial knowledge of their craft. Sadly, all of them sided with the Legion. This is a rare opportunity to see them as they once were. Tell me about Grand Vizier Jarasum.
Anything can be a weapon with the right mindset.
The Grand Vizier. He acted as the Archconsul's second and oversaw much of the day-to-day operations in the conservatory. When discipline was needed, it was often his voice that would ring it out. He was not well liked, but he was respected nonetheless. It is my understanding that he changed his name to Draxus when he took the Legion's fell magics for his own. Beyond that, I know nothing of his fate. Tell me about Archconsul Valara. Archconsul Valara answered only to Archimonth himself. She was a focused and quiet individual, as I recall. Parallel to the Wakener's Guild, she led the consulate in the pursuit of the powers of creation. Under her tutelage, we vastly expanded our ability to summon creatures of the arcane. The familiars that linger here still bear marks of her expertise. She was also largely responsible for cultivating the shield technology that we use even now. She took the name Velisra and the title of Archmage when she joined the Legion. I hope you shall never meet her. I had to look it up because I was assuming this was referencing something that I didn't remember. Velisra is one of the Erdar NPCs that appears in the battle for the Broken Shore and during the Legion pre-patch events, I believe. Tell me about High Wakener Argon. High Wakener Argon, where to start? He ascended to his position only after his predecessor Thalkiel was banished. That is a story for another time, if you are not familiar with it. Needless to say, he was an opportunist. Under his influence, we delved deeply into the mysteries of soul binding. The constructs that roam these streets are his doing. They represent but a fraction of what the Awakeners could do. Under the Legion, he became Argos. To the Army of Light, he was known as the Soul Cleaver. Where soul engines operated, Argos was never far away. And Argos you see in Suramar questing. The Triad. Agari are we, and this is our task. Our hands bear the answers if only you ask. 2 together can open the way. 3 at one time will keep you at bay. Valara looks you over impassively. Yes?
I will not restrain myself. Let us be enough. You have proven your worth.
You will bow when addressing the High Awakener.
A fool's errand, but I will indulge you. I suppose that qualifies as a victory.
Speak, stranger.
You face Jarasum, Grand Vizier of the Conservatory. It is finished then.
Oh, you made it. Wonderful. I am required to provide a greeting.
I see that you are either very fast or very persistent. But is it enough to prove your tenacity, I wonder? Cora makes a noise akin to humming. Is the trial complete?
Protocol dictates that I be fine. This trial is complete. Merely because I seem to have run out of space in which to test you. State your purpose. Rules are rules.
Display the mark of cunning, or leave me alone.
That gave me no pleasure either.
Oh, you were successful. Surprising.
Rules are rules.
I must admit, I am impressed.
That gave me no pleasure either.
You may be worthy of the Conservatory's secrets, if you survive that long.
Protocol dictates that I bid you farewell.
It seems you are not so easily deterred. Very well. Your deeds qualify you to seek the sigil. To be clear, I am only permitting you to move on. This does not guarantee your success. The greatest of your challenges lies before you. You must go to the Praetorium and face Archimonde himself. Only by defeating the master of the conservatory will you be worthy of this sigil. Few have overcome this obstacle. I hope he does not make too much of a mess of you. Archimonde did not know he would become the Defiler, but his pursuit of power did not start when Sargeras arrived.
Rules are rules.
I cannot step hoof in the Praetorium. But you know that, didn't you?
Perhaps.
I have complete faith in you. I will be nearby when you are finished.
Ah, yes. It has been too long since I have humbled the pupil. Come, face me. A worthy tribute to my conservatory's teachings. You will do Argus proud. Claim your prize.
You found it. Such power. I can feel it from here.
Radiates raw
Bring it to
power.
me. Quickly! We have established a safe perimeter below.
Much like Archimonde himself.
Blade and spell, ready to serve the light.
Umera handles the sigil warily. I feel very exposed holding such a relic.
The Legion will stop at nothing. Be careful.
Archimonde himself. What have we gotten ourselves into?
Dionys Akka.
You've never felt power like this before. Umera handles the shard cautiously. We should get this to Velen as soon as we can.
Keep an eye out for anything useful.
This relic is too powerful to keep it out in the open. We must return to the Vindicator at once. The Prophet will know what to do. I did want to thank you. Without you, this would not be possible. Orm would have ensured I never got near the sigil. Perhaps someday I will share that story with you.
Dionys Akka.
Without faith, the battle is lost.
We are that much closer to restoring the crown of the Triumvirate to its former glory.
The light will guide your... Archimonde was disdainful of the sigil's limitations. Without the rest of the crown, it gave him little power. And power was all he ever craved. This disdain is what allowed us to recover the sigil. Had he anticipated its value to us, he most certainly would have destroyed it. I do wonder what he hoped to prove with his trials. Was the sigil itself the test, perhaps? We are one step closer to unlocking the Vindicar's true potential. All that remains is the crest of knowledge. Then the crown will once more be whole.
And that's the first storyline in Eredath, technically the second storyline in Argus as a whole. But that is that for us, and next time we will finally delve into Alleria Walker's story and how exactly Alleria got to where she is now with her relationship to the Void and all of that. So thank you for joining me for this first part of the old Eredath story, and I will see you in the next one. I'm Ashura, and welcome to my... The construct, however, is proving a little... What? Should I do this in a draenei accent? You're so... grumbly! What do you want? It is after... Is it... This is a fifth. Why? Why is this so hard? Oh, God. Velen. This is so scuffed. Ah! Can you chill? I don't like that.